everything looks good to go.
All right, so it's on Twitter too. Hold on. You put it in the group chats?
I'm about to.
I'm in the group chats.
You said you're gonna do it.
No, I said, I'm not in most of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Ah, boy. All right, here we go. In five, four, three, two, and one. What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us here on the Welcome Home Podcast. I'm your host, Famous the Garnet. I'm joined by my co-host Q.
What it do, y'all? What it do?
And in today's episode, we are officially 33 days away from Gamecock kickoff. 34, excuse me, but 33 for listening. Welcome on podcast on Tuesday when this episode will air, where you can catch it on Apple and Spotify. IQ being over 30 days away, there are a couple of questions that still need to be answered. Obviously, one of the big ones, result phase on. We still don't have an answer from the NCAA. We were supposed to hear, we thought we'd hear something about July 9th. That's what everybody thought. Well, that didn't happen. Time has passed. Shane thought we would have something by SEC Media Day by the end of that week. That went past, and we still don't have an answer. So, where are we going to hear an answer? We don't know yet. And when we hear something, you'll all find out. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But talking season is about to be finished. Talking season is about to be finished because the pads are going to pop again on Friday morning. Friday mornings when the Gamecocks take to the proving grounds, the new proving grounds out there, not the old school ones that we were used to, of course, but going out there and battling the heat, battling each other, and putting it all together, putting everything together. It was a quite a week for Gamecock athletics in general. I will say this. Q, I am going to talk about my time with Lenore Sellers at his quarterback camp. We didn't discuss that yet, as we had the great Tristan Lewis, the newest commit from the Greenwood, South Carolina, on the show last Monday. And we just, took Thursday off. There wasn't anything going on. We want y'all to enjoy your Thursday nights. Q, we get football back, though, this week, my friend. We get football back this week as the Hall of Fame game is played. And Kyle Kennard, Rocket Sanders, Dale Von Campbell, those guys, they're gonna play. They're gonna play. So good stuff there. And Sterling is getting into the Hall of Fame. Finally.
About time, bro. That didn't take too long, bro.
Finally.
That shouldn't have took that long, man. That's crazy, bro. But backing up some, so we are 30 some days away. So I will be breaking down, what I'm looking forward in the offense today. I'm going to actually break down the offense today. And then on Thursday, after we talk about what Shane has to say and we get a better injury update, I'm going to break down what the defense is going to look like, in my opinion, coming into Friday, where we're going to have things start rolling. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, guys, just look for a space on Friday. There's a good chance we're going to throw one up on Friday after we hear what's going on with practice, and let's talk some things through. But football's here. I've gotten my ticket. My hotel is booked. Me and the fiance will be down there in Atlanta. I'm still searching a couple of spots. I think we're going to settle on the diner that's like next to Mercedes-Benz Stadium as a meetup for all of us Gamecock fans. So the Welcome Home Pod will be there, just chopping it up. Let's get us some food. Let's get a couple drinks in us. Let's get ready for that 3:30 kickoff. Like, that's the goal, is to get ready for that 3:30 kickoff, and we handle our business down there, man. And so that's where we're at right now, guys. I think this was one of the hardest off seasons to deal with, because not even if we would have won in Orlando, I still think this is a rough off season, because I think a lot of people really forgot where they viewed South Carolina and where South Carolina ended.
Mm.
Let me explain that to you guys. So, when South Carolina was first viewed in a lot of people's eyes, we picked up Kyle Kennard, which no one thought what would happen with Kyle. I told y'all Kyle was the truth. We picked up Demetrius Knight. I really informed y'all about Demetrius Knight after we saw it. We saw it the spring game. You have a linebacking core who was so leadership oriented across the board. Just had a lot of leadership oriented, across the board. You had the big thing was the retention. The Boogie, who could have left. Tonka, who was close. And when I say close, ladies and gentlemen, you should thank God because that was close. You bring in who once again, it's another thing I say. Injuries were so inopportune for us. They weren't a plethora, but they were in very sucky spots. DeAndre Jules is healthy that season. I think we get our 10th win. Gonna be honest with you guys. A healthy DeAndre Jules, we get 10. We get 10. We get 10. We get 10. And so you lose a lot on the D line. Cal Kennard leaves. Your linebacking core leaves. Nick E leaves, who, once again, a first round. I don't care how. I know he's picked second round, but he was a first round draft pick grade by everybody. I don't know how he didn't get picked in the first round, but he is in a very good spot. I think he's about to start over there anyways. You stabilize your running game, which we told y'all before the season last year, that was huge. If we didn't stabilize the running game, that was going to be the problem. But the biggest thing for you last year that really prevented you from being where you wanted to be, because we've had this argument a couple of times, is the 2024 team the best college football team we've ever fielded? Well, my answer is still no. And the reason why my answer is still no for a few reasons. One, the 2011 team, bar for bar, is the most talented team we've ever fielded on that field. Do I think 2024 is the second best? I actually do. I think that team could beat the 2010 team in a game. Now, however, what that team lacked that the other teams didn't was an experienced quarterback. So 2010's experienced quarterback was Steven Garcia. In 24, we had Lenoir's. It was what we said before, FG. He has to learn. There were going to be good days. Texas A&M, Missouri, where he threw for 5 touchdowns, Oklahoma, where he was able to manage the game, LSU. My God, that first half, he wins the game if he plays the entire game. He had bad days. Ole Miss, Alabama, because there was a lot of freshman mistakes. You have to take the good with the bad in that season. So now, let's fast forward to 2025. And you are fielding a Lenoir Sellers that went 9-3 in a top 5 toughest schedule in college football last year. You have Dylan Stewart, who had arguably one of the best freshman campaigns in Gamecock history. Both returning. Both talented sophomores that are returning. You bring back your secondary for the most part. You're missing Nick E. But Jalen Kilgore's still there. So then you bring back a lot on offense. So that's why we're starting on offense. So, FG, I'm going to start with offense. I had to break that down for you guys because I wanted y'all to get the understanding. Last year, we overachieved. This year, we have expectations. So now that expectations are on the table, let's begin. Quarterback, you have Lenoir Sellers. That is your surefire starter. There's a reason why Shane Beamer turned down Malik Murphy, because Malik Murphy wanted a guaranteed starting spot, and Malik Murphy would have committed to South Carolina last year. That is a fact. Shane told him that's not going to happen because he has Lenoir Sellers. That is a fact. You have Lenoir's entrenched right now. The backup is, as you would expect, a battle. Luke Doty, Carter Woods, Air Nolan. Now, You have 3 different scenarios in that, which is crazy. If you think about it, FG, if you think about it, that's insane. 3 different scenarios.
It
You have a
is.
very talented freshman who I'm letting you know now will outplay his ranking. He's going to out Carter Woods will outplay his ranking. I promise you he's going to outplay his ranking. Air Nolan, very talented quarterback, but now is trying to adjust to a different situation coming from a bad situation. And Luke Doty oozes experience and leadership. They don't make quarterback rooms like that anymore. They don't. By now, Luke Doty would have been gone. But as you know, he's been on the show. Luke Doty has informed you, hey man, I don't chase the bag. And Luke Doty has shown you what happens when you don't chase the bag. Let me express that again. Luke Doty has shown you what it takes to not chase the bag. Because what he did do was he stayed loyal. And look at the opportunities that Luke Doty has had.
Right.
While making funds here. So you have that in your quarterback. So the quarterback 2 competition is going to be interesting. I'm going to be looking forward to that. Who emerges, who steps up, who is ready to go in case anything happened. Lord forbid nothing happened. Knock on wood. I need Lenore's all 12 to 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
Running game. Free Sewell. But Ray, I'm not going to be more outspoken about this. And I say it all the time. And FG knows I mean it. If I was the head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, y'all best believe game 1, next to Lenore Sellers, will be Faison. That's me baiting you, the NCAA, to do something. I dare you. Because you will be wrapped up in so much litigation in a court, your grandchildren's grandchildren are going to be begging for you to stop. You guys have not made it plain and clear what needs to happen. You couldn't even get it done with the clearinghouse. So best believe by 345 or 342, whenever we get on offense, guess who'll be standing right beside him? Faison. And we're going to run that bad boy. We're going to keep rolling. So now the running back room interests me. It's intriguing. You bring back experience with Oscar Attaway. You have 2 young backs with Matthew Fuller and with Juwan Howe. Now, you also insert Isaiah from Colorado also into that running back room. So in total right now, you have, 5 backs? All could play ball. I think at this point, your running back room is stable. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road with this. No one is Rocket Sanders in that backfield right now. No one is. He's a bruiser. Rocket was one of a kind. He was one of one. This is what you do have, though. You're able to pass the ball a lot outside that, a lot of outside zone reads. A lot of those things are capable with the running back room you have. That is true. So the running backs have to step up this year, one in pass pro, because I'm going to go ahead and inform you guys, we cannot run the ball with Lenoris as much as we were able to last year. They're going to scheme around him making him be with his arm. You know what the beauty of this is, though? I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. Lenoris can throw the ball. He's very capable of throwing the ball. At all levels, he's very capable of it. So the running back's going to have to be able to pass protect. That was an issue early on in the season, if you remember, FG. Old Domain was teeing off, and that was one of our biggest issues was blocking from the tight ends and from the running backs and wide receivers. Both of those were issues, or all 3 of those were issues. So running back pass protection has to be better this year. you're going to have to be better. Teams are going to tee off on Lenore's. They're going to tee off. They know they're going to tee off. So that's going to be the running backs. We're going to need from that group in total, my personal opinion, 1,700 to 1,900 yards from them. Minimum. I'm gonna say that. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need, in my personal opinion, at least 150 to 200 yards from them.
And when you say that, what does that lead for South Carolina? What kind of season is South Carolina having at that point? What is the record? Is it playoffs? What do you mean by we're saying that 17 to 1900 threshold?
Oh, that's putting you in contention for the playoffs. 110%. That's putting you in contention for the playoffs. And with that said, that moves me to the next group. Wide receiver room. I have FG, it's been on record, you know. I stood up like that Abe Lincoln picture. And when they put under that Abe Lincoln picture, what they always say, what's the take that everybody's ready to fight you on, but you're willing to die on that sword? We didn't need to add one wide receiver from the portal. FG, every single day it got brought up, did I not say the same thing?
Yeah.
There's a reason being behind this. Nick Harbor has had a full offseason of nothing but football. Mazeo Bennett has gotten out of his freshman funk and is ready to play his sophomore year. Donovan Murph is on this campus. Malik Clark, bubble screen God, is on this campus. Jordan, take the top off the secondary. Gidron is on this campus. Vendrigas Jacobs is healthy. Jaden Brown is healthy. Lex Cyrus is on this campus. Jaden Pup Sellers is on this campus. We have every single tool we need. How do I put this? I can't express this enough to you. Every single tool you need. You have outside receivers, you have slot receivers, you have everything you need. I need, out of this group, one person getting 1,000 yards. I don't care who. My preference, I would hope, would be Nick Harbor. And the reason being I say that is because I feel like the big bodiness with the speed blend should help him get to that point. And as a group, as a total, I need 3,500 yards out of this group for us to be in the playoffs. The reason I made that mark so high, a few reasons. And I think you're going to agree with me, FG. Reason I had this mark so high. For one, teams are going to want to stop Lenore Sellers from running over them. So they're going to leave. That means, because you can't, you know as well as I do, FG, you can't stop the run and the pass at the same time. It's just not possible in today's game. Sure. Not possible.
Right.
So if you're going to tee off and stop the run, your receivers got to get open and get that. Well, here's the beauty of that. Oh, I didn't even mention one other guy. Fearless Brian Rowe. That's my apologies, Brian. You have guys that can get open in small spaces in Brian Rowe, Mazeo Bennett, and Lex Cyrus. You got guys that can run those routes on the outside in Malik Clark, Donovan Murph, Nicholas Harbor, Vendrigas Jacobs. All of them can run those routes on the outside. It's time for everybody to step up. This is the year that Fury is going to show y'all why he was that guy. The wide receiver group has to have 3,500 yards in order for us to be in the playoff contention. I'm letting y'all know that now. 3,500 yards.
And I think that's fair because, I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, you had wide receivers like Arian Smith for Georgia that, is almost a 1,000-yard, receiver. I mean, 817, 820. But still, the fact of the matter is, if you look at the playoff teams last year, just about every single one of them was over that 3,500 threshold in wide receiver yards. I mean, it's simple. It's simple. Every single one of
Simple
them.
math. It's simple math. It's simple math. Either you're gonna have a ton of rushing yards and above average receiving, or you're gonna have a ton of receiving yards and above average rushing. You gotta have one or the other. You gotta have it. Now, I think the guys struggled last year with Mike Fury's emphasis on outside blocking. I do not believe that will be a struggle this year. I personally don't believe it will be. I think that's been an emphasis. As you see, our receivers have gotten a lot stronger. I think that will be an emphasis with the wide receiver room. So next room I'm moving to is tight end. Michael Smith, the next great Gamecock tight end to enter the league. I think that room has such a balance of youth and experience that makes it a very dangerous room. Now, with that 3,500 yards, I do have to include the tight end room in this. They will play a role. We value tight ends at this school. We value them. We've shown it countless times. And we have a tight end mold. When you look at Michael Smith, Howes that's coming in next year, Mike Tyler that's there now, you have a type. Brady Hunt, Jordan Dingle, you have a type. And so those guys with the blocking, helping the blocking, will help a lot in the run game. And those chip blocks to get open in the middle, it's going to help a lot in that pass game. I think, hot take, FG.
Oh, boy.
If Jordan Dingle scores about 6 touchdowns this year, meaning he's going to be in the red zone a lot, that'll put us in the playoffs as well. A safety blanket. A safety blanket.
Jordan Dingle for six touchdowns.
6 tutties, bro. Take it.
That's tough.
That's where I'm at with that. Now, my favorite group that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. That offensive line, FG. Y'all told me after the Old Dominion game the offensive line sucked. Y'all told us that. Y'all looked us in the eyes, and y'all told us that. Y'all trashed them for the Ole Miss game. Y'all even trashed them for the Akron game. I didn't hear a peep from y'all after that Oklahoma game. Not a peep. I didn't hear it. The offensive line improved. Were they perfect? No. Lenore's did put on his Superman cape a lot of times. Surprised he didn't die in that Texas A&M game. Very shocked. But this year, while I loved our offensive line last year, I loved them. I thought they were good. This year, FG, I'm gonna take another bold prediction. My bold prediction for them: they're gonna cut their sacks in half from last year, so they're gonna give up half of the sacks they gave up last year in order for us to make the playoffs.
Okay, that's one bold prediction. The Q. We're going to take a break, get the mid roll in here as we are at the 25-minute mark, getting close to it, so we can get our word from our sponsors. Guys, we'll give you all a moment. We'll be right back. Q, your TikTok's off. And it sounds like I'm talking to myself at that point.
Is it back now?
No, hold on. There you go.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Y'all hear us now? Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, now I'm not talking to myself anymore. Thanks.
But
good stuff.
Okay, so
all right, let's see. Give that 25-minute mark exact. I want to make sure it looks good. Makes it easy.
Can y'all hear me on TikTok?
Yeah, you're good. All right, go.
All right, bet. All right, so back to offensive line. This is my starters for next year. A sophomore experience, cornerstone left tackle in Josiah Thompson. Left guard, I got Tree Babalati. right there, entrenched. I personally believe Tree is going to get that left guard position. At center, I got Boaz Stanley. And let me tell y'all about Boaz. This is why I think he's about to be an elite center. Boaz has a wife. I think he has a kid too. I think he has a family.
That's a grown man. That's a grown man playing college ball.
There's a difference when you got a family to feed and when you're just playing ball.
Kyle Kennard, Demetrius Knight, Rocket Sanders.
All I'm saying is just a difference between when you playing ball and you got a family to feed. Boaz is come here to say, I got a family to feed. He's entrenched as your center. He's going to be one of the top centers we've had in a very long time. Rashawn Lee was great. Eric Douglas was great. But Boaz is a different type of animal. He's a different type.
The monster.
Next, I got Tro. Tro is going to be a problem this year. I've heard from some very, very, very reliable sources that man has been dead serious and's got a chip on his shoulder for this year. Tro is going to show y'all something this year. So that's why I got at right guard. At right tackle, it's going to be a fight with Casey Henry and Shivers. Shivers showed us something last year when he got in them games.
Mm-hmm.
He showed us something. Casey Henry did come on late last year too. He got very consistent. I want a healthy O-line week in and week out. But this is the key to us too. That depth is insane. You still got Marquis Anderson. You got this talented true freshman named Shed Surratt that he's going to be an all-SEC player when it's all said and done.
Shout out to Gaffney.
Gaffney. My boy Kev. Shout out to Kev, man.
Yep.
I know you listening.
The giant peach, Shed Surratt.
You got Nick Sharp, Rodney Newsom, and Mr. Hay. That's 5 guys I just named y'all right there. It's 5. 5 guys. You're talking 10 deep right now at the O-line. And we still have others that are right there too. Blake Franks. Ryan Bruderbaker is still there. You've got players, bro. This is what Shane was talking about when I got that deep. So, like I said, I'm gonna deal with the defense. I'm gonna dive. That's gonna be a deep dive because I gotta really put y'all on game because I know y'all got questions there. But I want y'all to understand the offense and why that offense is going to help. So while the defense could take a step back, that offense is going to take 2 steps forward due to the leadership they're going to have. So you got to look at both angles of that situation, folks. You got to look at both angles. You got to look at both things. So I'm big on this offense. I think we have a top 30 offense. And it's going to take you to be a top 20 offense to get to the playoffs. But I do think we already have a top 30 offense. It's time, folks. It's time.
Here's where I'm at with it, and I've said it the last couple of weeks, is that South Carolina's wide receiver room is severely underrated. You know, they're where the people are not giving the looks at. They look at South Carolina's wide receiver room and they just instantly see Nick Harbor and they say, "Oh, he's not living up to what he does in EA College Football 25," and they're going to write the whole wide receiver room off. Which, by the way, we've already talked about Nick Harbor, full off season in college football. It's going to be a difference there, of course. But Mazeo Bennett, Jared Brown, Donovan Murphy, Antrevious Jacobs. I mean, we're going to see guys take significant steps forward. We're going to see freshmen significantly contribute this season. Brian Rowe, Jaden Sellers, Malik Clark, all those guys, every single one of them are going to contribute in some sort of way. I truly do believe that. And remember, guys, Donovan Murphy, the bloodlines, Alshon Jeffrey, they are related. They are, and they're close. That's the thing about it. We have a Clowney on the team. Not as close as Donovan Murphy is as to Alshon Jeffrey as this Clowney to J.D. Clowney. Just remember that, okay? Tight ends. Could agree more. I think Mike Smith's going to take a massive step forward.
That boy different.
He's
That is an elite.
good.
That's an elite tight end. Elite tight end.
Yeah, he's solid. And he's very athletic. Remember that play he made against Kentucky to have the just awareness of what was going on, to be able to pick that ball up on the second bounce off that fumble. I mean, that's huge. I don't care who
that clutch catch in the end zone for a touchdown against Missouri.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are steps that we're going to see from these tight ends that are going to get better. That offensive line, you've already said it. I mean, that is a stacked offensive line. That is a depth set offensive line. There's a ton of depth with them. They have guys that can make the plays. And if something happens, great. You got another guy you can plug in right after him. This is a deep offensive line. Lonnie Teasley, Sam Survey, Greg Atkins, they have done a job with that offensive line, getting it to where it needs to be now. Getting it to where it needs to be. And
I agree.
The running backs. I mean, we don't know Faison's future. We don't. It's simple. It's said. Whoever you talk to, nobody knows. Nobody. Shane doesn't know. Josh Pate doesn't know. You know, whoever you think knows, they don't know. Nobody does. There is nobody that has inside information from the NCAA about Rasul Faison's eligibility or anybody else for that matter. Let's go. Nobody's hiding information. Nobody's holding any information. Nobody had any information to begin with at this point that he was going to be cleared or there was good news coming for South Carolina. I think that also needs to be put out there.
I agree.
I think that also needs to be put out there. And remember, people have asked about injuries and what's going on. We've heard things on our end, but it is not our place to say what's going on with this program and who's hurt and who's not.
You'll hear from Shane.
Exactly. You're going to hear from Shane. You're going to hear from Shane. I've had multiple DMs asking, hey, is so-and-so hurt? Is so-and-so okay? I'm not going to speak on it. You're going to find out.
We'll find out.
If he wants to put it out there, fine. You can find out that way, or you're going to find out at game time or the day before, whenever the injury reports run in the SEC, right? But you're going to find out when you find out. It's simple, right? Mm-hmm. And remember this. Misinformation happens all the time. Just take a look at those big major college football accounts today with Deion Sanders.
Hey, folks was really believing Seton was about to hit the portal, bro. I was in shock that y'all just ran, that people really ran with that. And there was a Gamecock account that ran with it too. Don't think we didn't know that you didn't run with that. We seen it, bro. Hey, we seen you. I ain't gonna do you like that right now, but we seen you, bro. We seen you, bro. We seen you. Quit trying to run with stuff when you don't know what's going on.
Oh,
that's why journalism is so dead nowadays, is because people are running with stuff they don't know what's going on.
It's facts. They put something down on the wall and hope it sticks. And quite frankly, that's never how we feel.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's absolutely not worth it.
It's not
to
worth
ruin relationships, reputation, and everything else that we've done, which, by the way, I have a great reputation with the staff. You have a great reputation with the staff and players and families alike. What's the point of getting out there to get an article out before everybody else? I don't see it.
It's no point.
I don't see it. No,
we won't get it here. You ain't gonna get it here.
No, it
won't happen over this way.
So remember that. You're listening to the show. That stuff's just not going to come from us. The health reports and all that. We're just not going to. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go.
Bingo.
So just keep that in your mind as you move forward. Rock with us. We appreciate it. But we're not going to throw stuff out there. It's just not our place, and it's the coach's stuff. It's not us. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, that's on offense. That's what I think we see. I think we'll see that. Let's see who emerges out of fall camp. We need a competitive fall camp. Fall camp. That's what we need, a competitive fall camp, and let's see who emerges out of it.
And you'll absolutely get the competitiveness this fall camp. You really will. I cannot wait till we talk defense in the next episode. While we're talking about the quarterback room. I've spent really the last 2 weekends with Lenore Sellers, the last 2 Sundays working around him with him and things of that nature. This past yesterday, Lenore Sellers had a event going on, the Eudora Safari, I believe is the name out there. It's the drive-through safari over there, which is really, really cool out there in Sally, South Carolina, which is honestly, Animal Kingdom has something like it where you go on the little safari, you ride around the little plains area and kind of see what's going on. this beats the heck out of it. Honestly, you feed the animals come up to the wagon or your car. I mean, hey, shout out to them. It's really cool. It's been there forever. I've actually never gone, which is crazy. I've never gone
Yeah.
out there, which is crazy. But I was out there. Lenore Sellers gave away his action figures, which is they're going to be on the market soon in August. They are literally Gamecock football action figures of Lenore Sellers.
It's
So
dope.
yeah, it's really, really cool. I saw them firsthand, and then Dylan Stewart also gave book bags away to the kids coming up for school. And then that was really neat too, seeing Dylan Stewart get back to the community and in that way. Mazio Bennett was out there, Gerald Kilgore, Jalen Kilgore. You had just a bunch of guys out there, and they're having fun. It was hot yesterday, guys. I want to also tell you that. I mean, they went out there and, they're having a good time. It's not like they were upset to be there. They're having a good time. Dylan Stewart was enjoying himself. Like, he's hanging around next to the Draft Elliott, which is cool. So they were having a good time. And, it was a great event. And then the weekend prior to that was Lenore's quarterback camp. And watching the genuine reactions and from the kids and the interactions by Lenore's and these kids, it was really cool, man. It was really cool to see how Lenore's acts when the cameras aren't on him. And it's exactly how you would expect. It's exactly how you would expect. And I'm not just saying that because I was around him all of Sunday. I was just seeing how he acted around the kids and how the kids would say La Heisman and the kids say the darndest things, and it's a fact. The kids do. They absolutely do. But it was a great time being out there, seeing him hang out with these kids and giving them the tools to be successful if they ever do want to play the sport, right? If they ever want to play football. So it was a great event overall. And it was, once again, it was hotter than Hades outside. Shout out to the camp that put together, that kept watching, made sure the kids were okay, made sure nobody was having any issues with the heat. There's water stations. I mean, it was great. It was great the way they had everything.
You can't fake genuineness. I tell y'all, man. That's what I say with Shane. It's with Lenore. It's with Dylan. It's with all them cats. You can't fake genuineness, bro. You can't fake it. And there's a reason why those cats wanted to stick around and play for this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a reason.
Oh yeah. And it's love, man. People laugh a program built on love, but it's a fact. Think about how many of the families, the brothers that have come to play at South Carolina, right? Lenore's brother, right? Jaden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gerald Kilgore, right? And then you got the Harris twins. I mean, you have so many families that want to come to play at South Carolina together.
Yeah.
I mean, right. It's you can't beat it, man.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
It's just, and you don't find this in college football anymore.
Correct.
Take a look at the quarterback rooms across the country.
You don't have that. I be telling folks, you ain't got that. So I'm proud of him. I love what Lenore has done. I love what he continues to do, and I think it's going to be great. I genuinely think it's going to be a great situation. I'm looking forward to the season because now they get to lock in. This is lock in time.
It is. It's last couple days before practice starts. The guys are out there having a good time. They did a fishing adventure today. Lenore, Dylan Stewart, and Mazio, the Kilgore brothers, they were out there having a good time. And
you're starting to see the leaders too. You're starting to see the leaders emerge. You're seeing who's going to be the leaders, and you see who's going to emerge. So this is going to be good. I love it.
And we saw a scary picture today of J.D. Clowney working out with Dylan Stewart. How about that?
Like I said, there's work to be done. There's work to be done.
My biggest thing with Dylan Stewart's been fantastic. But if he can consecutively learn how to stop that run,
it's over. It's over.
You can say a lot about J.D. Clowney, right? Taking reps off and not giving his 100%. But good God, could he stop the run? Good Lord, could he stop the run?
It was he was the truth.
He absolutely was. He was. Keep it on that offensive side of the ball for this upcoming season. Do you have a breakout player? They give you one breakout player if you can think about out of all the guys that we've talked about so far on the offense. Give me one guy that could potentially, he blew it up.
Josiah Thompson.
Okay.
I don't think he gives. I think he gives up less than 3 sacks this year.
Ooh, yeah. Less than 3 sacks.
And I think he makes an all-SEC team. Yeah. I'm going Josiah Thompson.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I don't want to give a skill player. I don't want to do that. I want the O line is going to take us where we need to go.
Okay.
That in order for us to get to where we want to go, I got to have that O line and Josiah Thompson. That's my pick.
I
Less than
like it.
3.
I
Less than
like
3.
it.
That's my
You
breakout
went.
player.
You didn't go skill player, but I'm gonna have to at that point because I can't follow suit. And so with that skill player, I'm gonna go Oscar Attaway.
I like
I'm
that
I'm
pick.
gonna go Oscar
I
Attaway.
like that pick a lot.
People are discrediting Oscar Attaway because they're focused on the whole Faison situation. I saw moments from Attaway last year. I'm like, wait a minute,
He
like
played
against Clemson last year,
played
right?
hurt. He played hurt.
He did.
And now he's health. You know what? You know what? I'm I'm done explaining to y'all why I feel the way I feel. I'm done. I said it before and I say it again. This offense is going to take 2 steps forward, which is going to help the defense in the long run. We put a lot of pressure on our defense last year, especially against LSU when Lenoris went down. I am Will. I'm gonna kill Will too. By the way, I will be killing Will later on. I will kill Will. But I am really ready to tell y'all it's totally different when you're consecutively putting up numbers on the offensive side and put the pressure on them because our defense is prepared to pounce when the pressure is on the other team.
Yeah. Yep.
So yes, I think Oscar is going to be huge. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, you heard me. I don't care how we get it. 1,700 to 1,900 got to be minimal.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. Keep it on. Take it on to the different side of the ball, but we're not obviously going to break it down. But Gamecocks made a hire. Which I'm going to be honest. Nobody saw coming from what I know. I mean, I've talked to a handful of people around the program, and they were shocked by the hire. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
No, it's just good.
Not in a bad way. But Jeff Collins, welcome to South Carolina. Jeff Collins. Georgia Tech has a type of way they feel about old Jeff Collins.
I don't
I will
care.
say
I don't care.
I will say this. It's that same kind of thing. It may not work as a head coach, but good God, could they be a great assistant? And look what UNC did last year in sacks. I'm just saying.
All I look at when it comes to Jeff Collins and him getting on there, I really love the fact of how well one. You know why a lot of people hated him because Jeff Collins at Georgia Tech without NIL money was cooking on the recruiting trail.
Oh yeah,
He was able to get some players into Georgia Tech. I am just letting you all know how his experience and his forte is going to help. He's worked with Clayton White. He's worked with Shane before. He's worked with T. Gray before. He's worked with a lot of our staff. I am, you know what? You know what? I'll say what I have to say for Thursday on that.
I like
But
it.
what I will say, you mean to tell me that there will be an assistant on our team that's been a defensive coordinator at Alabama at one point, will be able to dissect against other teams and have us prepared on. You know what, FG? At this point, I'll see y'all August 31st. I'm done with the talking. Like I've seen Miami fans drop 2 diss tracks. I've seen people going at each other's necks. I've seen Tennessee fans do the most ungodly things. I will give us this, South Carolina fans. Thank you. We haven't had no issues, no nothing on Twitter. We beyond y'all freaking out because of recruiting, which we know y'all gonna do that anyways. I am excited that we got through an offseason without us doing something stupid. and we can go enjoy August 31st. So
Yeah.
that was, I just want to shout you guys out for that. But guys, we will definitely break down that defensive stuff. But that was big. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that was big. That was big.
It was. Well, Q, before we wrap it up, man, we got to talk about Koski Barnes, man. The Gamecocks got a nice commit out of North Carolina with Koski Barnes, and it's a strong get, man. It's a strong get. I mean, I'll tell you this, my watching film on Barnes, okay, on my film on Barnes, I will say this: his cover skills are smooth, bro. I mean, if you watch it man to man, I'm just saying. I mean, the hips are fluid. He's got great reaction time. Like if you watch him break on the ball, I'm just saying. I'm just saying the ball skills. I mean, they're tracking. He's not afraid, man. He's taking those risks.
You know what else is crazy?
Just saying.
You know what else is crazy about him? He also brings that swag to the secondary.
He does. He does.
He does bring the swag to the secondary, and yeah, you know how I felt about Barnes, bro. You know where I stood with Barnes. One, we're still dipping into North Carolina, which is huge. I am big on that. We need to stay in North Carolina. We have to we need to stay our foot on the gas in North Carolina. But bigger than that, you have another guy that can come in and be a lockdown corner.
Yeah.
And that's what you need.
Right.
I'm excited about this pickup. I've been excited. He's a 3-star now, but I do not foresee him staying a 3-star by the end of this recruiting cycle. He's one of those, I want his name signed on the paper. I'm going to be on that December day, I'm going to be waiting to make sure his name is signed on that paper.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. Like if you look at that, good Lord, you take a look at that recruiting class right now. The blue chip ratio, it's the highest, I think, ever when South Carolina recruiting. I mean, sure, they don't have 20 guys committed. Good Lord, if you take a look at that ratio, I mean, it's nuts. Like, quite frankly, and say it once, I say it again, recruiting is a marathon. This is not over. These guys that have maybe committed elsewhere, good Lord knows where some of them may end up. You just don't know. August 1st is going to be interesting one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you this. Like it's not funny talk. It's going to get interesting to see what happens on August 1st. But we'll just see. I mean, you got guys still out there in the fold, man. Darius Gray, it's going to be a Gamecock LSU decision more than likely, despite what some things have said, some pundits have said. I haven't heard anything different. So we'll see obviously there, but anything can happen once again.
I think August 22nd will be a good day. I do think so. I think you still got to kind of look behind the scenes. Let's see what happens. Anything can happen in the background. Tennessee's trying to throw money at it, but I don't think that's going to win in the end. I do think that relationship since 8th grade is going to win in the end. I do think it will. I do. So we'll see.
See it.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We'll definitely find out. I'll tell you this though. Gray's been to South Carolina many
school.
times. Mm-hmm.
Any school. I'm talking about even the schools in his state. Schools is next to him. He's been at our school the most. So
that's it. Well, Q, I mean, it was a big episode, man. A lot of stuff going on. I did want to shout out the basketball team, man. They're out at Prisma Children's Hospital today, hanging out with the kids. I mean, it gets you every time, man. It gets you every time when the kids are out, when the players are out there visiting the children's hospital. I mean, that's
for sure. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff
every time.
And the bonding is great.
It is.
The bond is great. So yes,
it is, man. The pictures are amazing, man. You got Eli playing with looks like maybe some kind of Jenga or something with the kids, and Michi out there playing with the kids. Looks like he's playing Trouble, which that was a classic game. That was a fun one.
Was.
I just, a lot of great things going, man. See, it's always amazing. I always want to shout them out. And the men's soccer program, man. The exhibition game's coming up, man. I think it's August 9th, if I'm not mistaken. and then they'll have a couple of games, get the season going. But I really do believe Tony's going to have a big season. I'm trying to get him on the show before we start the season off. It's going to be a little tough. It's going to cut it close. But he did a lot of work in the offseason. I want to get him on to really show you guys and prove like how much work he's done in the offseason. Now that they've got more things to work with. So it's going to be a fun soccer season for the Gamecocks this year. And I want people out at Stone Stadium. I mean, they're cheap tickets. It's a great time. Every game that I've seen so far, I believe, is a night game on the schedule. So I mean, it's going to be, it's in the evening. We're not baking on the sun. It's baking on the sun. It's tough, but I've done it out there at Stone Stadium. But out there, the night games, man, go out there, man. Have a good time, man. Show support. I mean, you got some great teams coming to Stone this year. Clemson game is on the road this year. Other than that, though, I mean, you got some really good teams playing, coming into town, West Virginia, schools like that. So just keep an eye out, man. Keep an eye out. Like I said, we'll try to get Tony on the show before the season starts. He's been a great guest in the past, a good buddy of mine at this point. So we'll love to get him on it. And shout out to Brad Guzan, man. Brad Guzan, former Gamecock, had Messi in a blender. If you haven't seen the highlights, check that out, man. He had, the great Messi. He saved, 4 or 5 goals against Messi. I mean, great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Yes, sir.
Stuff. Good stuff. Well, Q, do you have anything else before we wrap the show, my guy?
No, not yet. Look forward to Thursday, man. Look forward to Thursday.
That's it. Thursday's going to be fun. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in live. The Welcome On podcast on the old X, Facebook, YouTube, on TikTok, where we've been doing the shows lately over there. We appreciate everybody listening to this show on Spotify, Apple, the Welcome On podcast, the official voice for the South Carolina Gamecocks on the Believe Network. Remember that, official voice of the South Carolina Gamecocks on the Believe Network. You can find the show on Tuesday morning. You will find the show. We'll have it up ready for you then. And like I said, Q, talking season, it's almost over. It is almost over.
Thank God.
That's it.
Thank God.
Well, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Peace.